Today we're getting the van going. We're getting the van back together. Stay tuned. I'll probably just time lapse. I don't know. I'll just edit it down so you only see the parts where I swear at something or hurt myself. Hello friends, I'm Kim Passable. I'm a transgender woman and we can do anything. Today I'm doing service on my van. I need to change the oil. And the reason I need to change the oil is not because it's a regular service interval. I haven't put too many miles. But when I got the van, it was leaking lots of fluids everywhere. And one of the things that I did was have to add some oil. I noticed it was leaking a little bit. I tightened some bolts here and there and checked out some gaskets. I eventually found that I was leaking a lot of transmission fluid and a little bit of power steering fluid and not so much oil. I started adding much heavier viscosity motor oil than recommended. This is 2050. This is racing oil. It's very thick right now because it's like freezing out here. But tomorrow, it's going to be 4 degrees, which that's Fahrenheit, so that's well below freezing. And something bad will happen if I try to start this engine in such cold weather with maple syrup frozen into the oil pan. So I bought this oil. I bought it because it was the cheapest, and it is 5W20, which is, according to the guy at Advanced Auto Parts, the recommended viscosity weight for this year and model and engine vehicle. So I'm going to have to go out there in the snow. I'm going to have to shovel a spot in the snow, crawl under the van, and I'm just going to drain the oil. I have a filter. I got a filter with the package, but I'm not going to use it because I'll have to grab it and really twist, and it's going to either be too hot or too cold, and it's going to be covered in grease, and screw that. I'm not doing it right now. I'll get it in the spring because we're going to get new oil in it that's the right viscosity, and it's going to run like a dandy. Yeah, do the fun stuff. It's time for oil change. Okay, let's see if we can get this arm so I can get the camera. Come on out of there. I don't have the socket with me. I want to do it now. Come on. There she goes. All right. Here we go. Okay. You seeing this? Are you seeing this? Better be seeing this because I'm not going to record it again. I'm so fucking stupid. God damn it, I need a garage. Okay. Come on. Out of there. Bad angles. Come on out of there. Come on out of there. We're almost done. I can feel it. Okay, we're going to run down my arm. Sweet relief. Glug, glug, glug. And while you're down here, you always want to look around. Yeah, okay, that's enough of that. No more of that. Stuff at the end is pretty syrupy. Alright, now it's just making a mess. You see, I got 10 inches right there. Can you see? There it is. That's 10 inches. And probably don't need 10 inches, but we just use the tip anyways. Under this beast. That was fun. That was fun. I've just been lying here, waiting for it to finish dripping. And now I can crawl out and fill her back up. Something good. That oil's black and stank. So she's deserving of some fresh. I was looking here at the transmission pan, and there is not a hint of a drop of any leakage from the transmission now. If you followed my adventures with the transmission, the tail shaft housing's been replaced, and it's all good the way it's supposed to be now. Not a drip drop anything. So Kim can do something. Maybe not everything, but pretty much anything. As a concerned citizen of the internet, I want to remind you of the importance of engine oil. After draining oil, you gotta put oil back in. Fresh oil, the right viscosity of oil, and a good name brand like Fram that everyone knows for a good reason or a bad reason. I don't remember why everybody has heard of it. Anyways, make sure there's oil in your vehicle. The suggested viscosity is suggested for a reason, and if you don't know what you're doing, just have a professional do it. And if you do know what you're doing, have a professional do it. The only good reason to change your own oil is stubborn, cheap, and okay, I guess I'm stubborn and cheap. I mean, can't really think of any other good reasons to do it myself. I should have taken this and had somebody else change the oil. It would be done by now. I'd be warm. Next time, I will take it and have somebody else do it. No, it won't. All right, I got my Fram motor oil. It's high mileage. Oh, it helps prevent leaks for vehicles over 75,000 miles. Honestly, that sounds like what we need. Although we're doing pretty good. The last couple quarts of oil I put in this puppy stayed in there. Every couple tanks of gas I pour a quart in there. And I think most of it's leaking out, not burning. So I'm doing really well. Henry, Mr. Ford, your people are doing right, or at least they were in 1999, because she's still clicking and clacking away. Can I get this in here without making a mess? Chug, 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 chug. How do you know it's high quality? It says so on the jug. I wonder what Betty White is doing right now. Miss her already. That's going to be the end of the oil change. I'm going in the damn house. Noisy cars. What are you doing? What are you working on? What are you driving? Are you getting something done even though it's winter? Do you got another bay in your garage that I can move into? An apartment over top of the garage that I can live in? Hell, I'll live in the van if it's a little bit warm in there. Thanks for watching. They're just Fram, the kind that everyone hates. It was the cheapest. The reason I'm changing the oil in the frigid cold and laying on the snowy ground is because this is the weight, if you understand motor oil, this is the weight of motor oil that's recommended by Ford for my van. It's 5W20. So 5 being the weight and 20 being the protection. 5 means it's nice and watery, like, gosh, that'll be like transmission fluid. It's got to be very, liquidy. And the reason I have to change it is because in the summertime, so when I got the van, there was a lot of fluids leaking out of it because it hadn't been maintained properly and the transmission was leaking fluid. And anyways, the oil was low and I was like, let's see what we can do with this. So, an old hot rodder trick on worn out motors is you so this is what's running now. As you can see, 2050. So 20 weight motor oil is like, I don't know if it's a direct thing, like is it 4 times thicker? But it's kind of like molasses, And right now, this is cold, and it's like a lump in there. And the oil pump and all the passages inside that motor, they are not meant to pump molasses, and something will shear, something will break. So we need, if we're going to use the van, which I have to because my car is gone, we need to go back to the recommended oil weight. And I don't know at what temperature we need a block heater, but right now it is, like I said, it's in the 30s, but tomorrow it's going to be in the single digits. I think 4 degrees, that's Fahrenheit, which is effing cold. And I don't want to hurt this engine. I would rather have a bunch of oil leaking out all the time than have it snap off whatever. I don't know if it drives off a cam gear, or I really don't care. I know that it's not good to try. It might not even be able to suck oil up, and then it'll run dry until the oil pan gets warm enough. It's not good. It's really bad. So I'm sure the Northerner, if there's any Canadians, can tell me, I'm sure they need to be aware of these things more so. But, this weather isn't unheard of here in Pittsburgh, so it's probably good stuff to know. SCA 5W20 high mileage motor oil is a high quality multi-viscosity lubricant designed to provide enhanced protection in automotive engines with over 75,000 miles.